The vice principal needs to be fired. He expects the students to follow all the rules when he doesn't follow his own rules? I'm inviting the vice principal to come to Los Angeles and to give me a big spanking. I've been a really naughty boy. And you know what? We'll video record it, just like the way you like it, and then we'll just put it on YouTube. We'll find a charity that we can donate it to. Not the Cult Mormon Church like Mitt Romney does. We'll find a charity to donate the money to from the viral video of the vice principal spanking a guy. Or do you only like to spank girls? And all of you guys and brown nosers writing nasty comments about Taylor and the other girl that got spanked, you know what? I know what you guys are up to. I'm Asian. I know what brown nosing is, and I can smell it when I see it. So stop writing nasty comments about the girls, okay? This is a vice principal's problem. It's nothing to do with the girls. And all of you brown nosers and the vice principal making fake accounts and trolling on my account, cut it out. I can see through the crap. Part 1 of 2. The first part of the video is the response to the vice principal, who I personally think is a pervert, spanking a teen student. And the second part is the response to your comments and messages on YouTube. And I want to make it very clear. I support the girls and I support the parents of the girls that got spanked by the vice principal. And again, he could have easily found another female administrator to do the spankings, or even found their parents or their moms to come into the office and do it. Vice principal should have known better than to hurt the girls, and if he cannot distinguish the difference between hurting and disciplining a student, then he needs to leave. The school board is saying that there might have been a mistake. This is a huge, huge mistake, and Taylor Santos, the students, and the mother, and the family, the community, the other students, everyone should be not just appalled, but extremely upset. They should all go to the board meeting and oppose this policy. And also, what happened to Taylor is not just physical abuse. It's not just an assault. It's also sexual assault. Maybe one reason that she got hurt so bad was the vice principal was enjoying the spanking a little too much. I find it not only unacceptable because it's physical assault, I also find it unacceptable because it is sexual assault. And sexual assault on a minor and on a student. This should have never happened. The vice principal is a career teacher and administrator. He should have known. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing was wrong, but I think he was looking forward to the spanking of a teen girl way too much. So not only should the vice principal be reprimanded, he should also be arrested. And this should not be allowed to ever happen again. If there was a girl in my neighborhood, a teenager, and her grades are terrible, or she does bad things, like she's voting for Mitt Romney, and if I took her and just started spanking her and left bruises on her that was going to be severe even 2 days after the spanking, it wouldn't even take that long. The police and the sheriff would be at my house in 5 minutes, and I'd be in prison right now, getting other kinds of punishment from the other inmates. What the vice principal did was completely unacceptable. He was in a position where he could have clearly found another female administrator to administer the spanking, which shouldn't have happened anyway. But this vice principal, his actions were not only reprehensible, they're criminal. And the community needs to recognize that. Taylor's parents needs to recognize that. And there needs to be legal action, not just civil, but criminal action. I'm a tutor, so I'm aware of how students improve their grades. Spanking, I have seen one instance with a teenage boy. I had nothing to do with the spanking. It was his dad, because trust me, he was doing things a lot worse than not paying attention to schoolwork. And my advice, my policy plan for the Taylor's family is that they should sue the school district. And if they're concerned about their daughter's grades, you don't have someone spank her. Out of all the students I've had, Alright, you Texans need to know that you're making my life in Los Angeles here more difficult. It's 6:17 in the morning, and the first thing that happens to me is I wake up and I see messages about the spanking. Alright, I'm getting comments that are along the lines that Taylor is a brat and she deserves to be spanked. Listen, she looks like well, if she's 95 pounds, she's probably like 14 or 16 years old. Teenagers are, by definition, brats, whether they want to be or not. It's a temporary stage. So don't tell me that she deserves to be spanked, because if she deserves to have bruises all over her body, then all the teenagers need that. She gets good grades. She looks like she's a good girl, and she's a top athlete. So if the vice principal likes to spank people that much, I have a long list of people that would love to get spanked. I'll even show you a clip of one of my high school friends that told me he thinks he deserves a big spanking. I talked to Jose. He says he wants a hot, attractive female teacher to spank him hard because he's doing drugs and he's not focused on school and he's doing very naughty things for money. So if the vice principal wants to spank someone, again, I have a lot of teenage guys and friends here in Los Angeles who know that they need a good spanking. And then all this BS about, oh, it's okay because there was a female present. If there was a female present, then give the paddle to the female and she can spank the student. Also, this is something else too. I don't buy at all for a second that, number one, the parents apologized for bringing this to the attention of the media and the police. And if it hasn't been brought to the attention of the police, it should be at this point, because this, again, is a criminal matter, a sexual criminal matter. And the parents are probably apologizing because their kids have to stay in school for 3 or 4 more years, and they have to live peacefully in the community, and they say that because they have to say it, just to get along with everybody. The second thing I don't buy is the comment from the mom that the vice principal probably didn't know he was bruising up the girls that bad. He knows. If you work career-wise in a school, with teenagers, you're going to learn very soon how physical you can get with them or not. I've taught in schools before. I've taught teenagers. I've taught high school students. And you can tell from my personality, I'm very fun, and I play with the students. Like, we play basketball together during the breaks. Sometimes they wrestle with me a little bit. Some of them want to arm wrestle me. You know how it is. It's in high school. They get the biggest, strongest guy, and they want to have them compete strength-wise with me. When I play with the students, then I get a pretty good idea of what I can and can't do. I'm also a martial arts instructor. I've never knocked any of them out. If the vice principal doesn't know the difference between making a punishment or going all out and hurting someone that bad, that vice principal shouldn't be in that position. So, I'm not dumb. I know some of you are his close friends or his family, or maybe you are the VP trolling and making different new accounts to try to put comments on there to make yourself look better. But I'll tell the VP vice principal this. I think, number one, you shouldn't be in that position. Number two, I already see hints and comments from people indicating that you're a perv, or at least there's something that needs to be investigated with you. And number three, the whole country right now knows you're a perv. You shouldn't have done that. You're a vice principal. There's women working in the school. Have one of the females spank her. Or, if you are smart enough to see that this was going to happen sooner or later, all of this publicity and people calling you a perv, which I'm doing right now, then you should have had her mom do it. If this is a bad girl who needs a punishment and you want to keep your job and you don't want misunderstandings, then call her mom to come in and do the spanking. You made a mistake, and it looks like you've been doing this mistake for years, and it is unfortunate that the community and the city does not have the sense of justice to investigate you and to consider criminal charges. But if they don't, that's fine. You're lucky. You got away with it this time. And all the times before, too. But this practice needs to stop. And from now on, you better follow the school policy that says same gender spanks the same gender. How do you expect teenagers and students in your school to follow the rules when you don't? Hey, pervy VP, keep this in mind. You can spank me, but you can't kiss my big cockatoo. Just keep that in mind.